Welcome everyone. This is our fortnightly SIG etcd triage meeting. My name's James, I'm an etcd maintainer, and I'll just double check, is the screen share coming through all right for everyone?
Yes.
Yep, cool, awesome. So let me just put a link in chat. We have a shared Google Doc. Anyone's welcome to propose a particular PR or issue to triage during the session. You'll just need to be subscribed to our etcd dev Google Groups mailing list in order to have edit rights on that doc. So let's get underway, team. We've got some issues that I've sort of highlighted that I think we can try and organize and try and address during this session. But if anyone has a specific PR issue, please feel free to add it to our list and we'll dive into it. So the first one here is something that we can actually transfer to one of the other repositories. It's sort of basically a documentation issue that someone has opened against the main etcd repository, which is not where our documentation lives. And I noticed, Ivan, I think maybe in a previous triage meeting, you had requested that they open that over on the website. Do you know if they actually did?
I didn't do it in a triage meeting, but yes, I did ask him. I don't think so, but I don't think I
I
also
don't think
have
so.
permission
Yeah.
to transfer issues.
Okay. Well, I've actually never done this, so let's give it a try.
Yeah, so that I believe that button doesn't exist for me. I may be wrong. Else I will just have done it.
Okay. Let's
Yeah,
see what happens
that
here.
button doesn't exist for me.
Website. Yeah, should be fun. Ah, that is magic. Okay. So, it's not.
I wouldn't say it's a bug. I would say it's an improvement.
Yeah, it's a bit of both. Like the report is saying that when they use copy to clipboard, they get the dollar symbol, which
The thing
from
is
their
that
perspective, it's sort of a bug, but
if
it's.
the thing is that in
Sorry, go ahead.
Markdown lint, coming back to Markdown lint. So in Markdown lint, if there's a single command, the lint says that basically you shouldn't add the dollar sign. If you have a command and sample output, the lint says that you should add the dollar sign because like you're just showing up like the input and like or the command and then what the output should be. Uh, and that's why if you click copy, then it copies just the whole text box.
Yeah, speaking for a website here, I'm not going to take any action on this issue without a link to the specific page that they're talking about.
I can add that because when I was triaging this, I saw some places where this could apply. But again, it's part, so technically it's part of Markdown lint. So my point, my 2 cents is that maybe it's not a bug, it's just an improvement. I don't know. It's just my 2 cents.
I think in this getting started guide, there is that issue in all of the copy to clipboard, yeah. Here. It's in a lot
It's
of
like, yeah,
places.
it's like that.
Why do I feel like we've discussed this before as well? Hang on.
Search for a dollar, maybe?
Yeah, just.
Is that, I don't know if the dollar sign, it's gonna help. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find it in the quick start, right? Which is we're using, I mean, all that copy to clipboard is doing is it's actually just copying the text, the snippet, right? And so if we wanted to change that, we would just go through and edit and remove the $signs from all the snippets.
Okay, no,
we're not gonna
we've
change the
we've
browser
had this
behavior.
discussion. No, we've had this discussion before.
So the thing is that definitely
It's
it's annoying if you're an end user and wanna just copy and paste because it's gonna have the leading $sign. The problem is that it's part of Markdown lint. So my point is maybe the improvement is that we have something that when you click copy, copies just the command and not actually the text box, that like the text area.
problem is that's a function within
Wait,
Yeah.
we don't. But we
the
don't
template,
put
right?
these $signs in there consistently. There's plenty of other code examples that don't have them.
The thing is that the $sign, according to Markdown lint, the $sign should only be if you have sample output. So for example, in this case, it says launch etcd, and so you have sample output. If you don't have sample output, then it should be without the $sign. That's Markdown lint. I'm not like making this up. And I think that this is part from our previous conversation.
And if you hit copy to clipboard on this, like you get the sample output as well.
Exactly. So maybe the improvement that it's a very long shot is that you click there copy and it just copies etcd. But again, I feel like it's a improvement, very long shot because
that definitely sounds like a feature. And
I think the
it
challenge
might
is this
not
is
be a feature that we can. Isn't that copy to clipboard functionality built into the browser?
not
yeah.
into the well.
It's part of the template, I think, under the hood.
Yeah.
So it's not something that we control.
Yep.
Right.
So the effort also will be high because we'll be maybe writing our own thing and then passing like this is what you should display, but this is what you need to copy. So the maintenance head like the maintenance of that may be higher.
Yeah, no, that would literally, if you actually wanted to be that sophisticated, it would literally require us making an improvement to Doxy itself.
Yes, it would.
Which is not likely to happen, given how long it takes us just to upgrade our own Doxy version.
All right, so are we going to close it, team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on. Thanks, team. Transferred. Okay, next one. Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay, so this is one we just want to do a quick follow-up with the contributor, I think. So late last year, they had volunteered to modernize how software bill of materials are generated for the main etcd repository when we're performing releases. Long story short, there's a couple of new formats that we wanted to support, Cyclone DX and SPDX, but I think we just need to follow up with them. Currently, we just ship like some JSON using like an old deprecated SBOM generation process. So it would be nice to get this done.
This This sounds like something that we could throw out there as a call for help and maybe get additional contributors.
So
I can help with this one. I just did TS bomb stuff for our team too, so maybe I can help here.
there was an
Thanks, Vivek.
original contributor that he wanted to do it. He spoke, I believe he spoke to us in KubeCon Salt Lake City.
They did talk to us at the booth, I remember. But to be fair, they also, I mean, they've had 5 months, 6 months, you know,
So
and we've
yeah,
already followed up once.
I agree.
Yeah.
We should reassign if there's someone that wants to do it. Um,
I just know that currently a lot of vendors actually have staff specifically designated for supply chain security stuff. And so there might be people available that would not be available to work on other aspects of etcd. So
I think also someone just unmuted and suggested to
It was me,
Vivek.
Vivek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vivek.
awesome.
So
Yes.
I will definitely want to have this done sooner rather than later because it breaks a lot of. So I managed to. So if you run the SBOM check in a fresh clone of the repository, it fails. And we're using this tool that it's not maintained anymore. So yeah, this should ideally we should try to do this soon. So Vivek, if you wanna take it,
That was Vivek, yeah.
I think I can take it if.
Please,
I
yeah,
can
just drop a comment in
comment on it.
there.
Just give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 18902. Cool. Awesome, team. Thanks for volunteering. It could be awesome to get this one across the line. That, I mean, I'm pretty sure the library that we're using to generate SBOMs currently, it's fully, is it archived or is it deprecated? I can't remember which. But...
it was made by CoreOS and then it's now so of course CoreOS stopped updating it and then we're using a fork, but the last commit to that fork is years ago. And again, if you clone the repository, I spoke with Mark about this. If you clone the repository and you run the make verify bomb, it fails. You need to run it twice, and that brings a lot of headaches brought a lot of headache when I was trying to work on the Go workspace because that tool is very inconsistent.
Okay, awesome, team. Let's move on to the next one. So this one here, I think we can just simply close. So hang on. Container tabs. So another one from last year, and we've done some work on it. So one of the other maintainers, Marek, kind of highlighted this concern around coverage decreasing over the last 12 months. So it's a drop of about 6% over 12 months. And we did some changes or made some changes to how we highlight coverage within pull requests and sort of discuss that in here. So we made sure that CodeCov was actually able to comment on pull requests. I think it's pretty much sorted now. I think we can kind of close it. So we discussed it in January in triage and just asked the other maintainer if they were good to close it. We haven't heard back from them, so I think sort of laser consensus, we can just kind of close it now. If we do look at coverage over the last 12 months, come on.
And I believe there's also specific areas that have low coverage, like etcd, Coral, CTL. So the CLI tools have very low coverage. If we want to improve the coverage, I think so. Yeah, you can see that etcd, CTL, etcd, util are the ones that have the lowest coverage.
Yeah, if we look at like 6 months, it's basically nothing. 12 months, 2%. It's pretty stable, at least recently. So I might just grab that. And are we okay to close it, team?
Based on Marek not replying, I feel like we can. He can always reopen.
Cool. All right. Kind of tidies that one up. Thanks, team. All right. What do we have next? Okay, this next one, I think I actually have a question for Ivan on. I think this one could make a decent, good first issue. Let me just refresh on what it was. So, oh yeah, the trivia workflow. We were going to go ahead, Ivan.
So yeah, I've been trying to work on this. So yeah, I can just maybe specify the next steps that we need to do, and then we can create subtasks and then have them as good first issue. Because so the problem is that it's now just in my brain. But I have it very clear. So I've been thinking how we can. So the idea is basically to have, now that we don't have the 3D scans, we now need a periodic job that scans our released images. That's the next step. That's what I haven't documented. And what I need to document is how we're gonna do it, because I was thinking like, should we just do it like how we can do that? Because we still have release 3.4, 3.5, and also 3.6. So that's the complication. But I have an idea on how to do it. I just need to document it, and then we can open it.
Okay.
So
we can come back to this one if you want.
Yeah, action
force
item
you.
on me will be to, I'll take that action item. It's document what needs to be done.
Awesome, thank you. No rush.
Okay.
We can come back to that.
I think
Okay,
we're
this next one is something we see from time to time. We've got an issue that's been opened in a language other than English, and that's, we sort of just enforce a standard on the repository that all the communication is in English, to try and make life easy. So I think this one we can just make that request. Yeah, it hasn't been done. So I don't think we had another copy of this already raised. Does anyone know? Let's have a look around that time.
or maybe by the same reporter.
Or by the same person, actually. Yeah. So WS, that's a good point. You can't have spaces, can you? No.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Have they already sort of done this before? No, they've done English before. Okay. Yeah, come on. Okay, pretty simple. So we just try and have a consistent way of communicating across all our repositories. Hopefully they can help us out with that. Okay, next one. I think this one is really quick. It's basically a question. It's not an issue. So a couple of years ago, we made a change to using GitHub discussions for sort of just general discussion, questions, support requests, that sort of thing. Basically, only genuine bugs where there's actually a proven bug or enhancement requests, feature requests, that sort of thing, live as issues. So this is definitely a question. Actually, it's more of a support issue rather than just a question. It's not a feature, and it's around performance, and we have a process of basically converting these issues to discussions. So let's do that now. Goes to our Q&A. Cool. What are we asking here? How can I investigate the root cause when the system load and disk I/O are relatively small? There are quite a few similar discussions that we've answered over the years, I feel. So if someone is keen to assist this contributor with that, I think you could probably pretty easily just link them one of the other discussions that we've had on this. Potentially. So let's move on. Okay, we've got a couple issues we can tidy up, and one that we might need to do some work on. Let's have a look. Okay, so we need to look at the defaults for auto compaction retention for 3.5.x. Let's go and have a look at that. This author is saying that apparently the docs default doesn't match reality. So let's go look at the page. So etcd.io docs v3.5 op guide configuration, something like that. Yeah. All right. What is it? Auto compaction retention. So apparently we have this just at 0, so that's still valid. Maybe we could go have a look at what etcd's default is. Unless anyone knows off the top of their head.
It is set to 0 even if you go to like just etcd main /help.go. It's set to 0 actually. So I think that page that you just showed, like in the document, I think it's literally taken from help.go. So I think the documentation is right in the sense that the default value is actually set to 0 as per like if you just do the help thing.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, let's just sort that out.
Yeah.
Okay, so auto compaction retention 0. Yeah, okay, thank you. Let's maybe just ask if the contributor has, like, is meaning something else, maybe? Or do you think we should just close it? What do you think, team?
I think maybe we can ask them because it's kind of like it's a in between scenario where like the documentation says it's 0, but by default it already does like every 5 minutes, which is also true. So maybe a clarifying question would be helpful in that case.
Yeah, okay. Now, if we specify, I think it's only on the same repository where the full code snippet shows, right? Like, because sometimes if you are looking at a specific commit, like you look at the last change to this, well, 7 years, that's been untouched. That's interesting. history. We have to view file at that commit. Will it render? No, it's only same repository. That's annoying. Sometimes you can get the actual lines to render in line, but apparently it's only the repository. Okay, let's see what they come back with. Or at least give them an opportunity to. And we've got a couple we can just quickly close. How are we going for time? 1 minute. Okay, let me just ask team and pause there. I didn't see any other issues or PRs added to our list, but is there anything from someone on the call that you'd like to specifically raise?
I think it's more of a support question, but I'll ask it anyway if anyone knows this off the top of their head. Is about like I was trying to use MTLS, mutual TLS for like etcd, and I was trying to set it up using TLS SANS as a method to authenticate, but currently etcd uses CNs. But I was wondering if there are any other fields that I could use to authenticate users. Has anyone done this before?
I think it's only CN.
Oh, okay, it's only yeah. I thought so. Like I tried looking up different places in etcd to kind of verify that behavior, but yeah, I the only examples I could come up with was like using CNs.
So we have a pretty good description. Oh, what is the page?
I think if you just search for MTLS on the website, it comes up with that page by itself, which is pretty good.
Yep. Data. Yeah. Okay. All right. Transport security model. Yeah. This one here. So there is a good walkthrough here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd have to reread it, but I'm fairly certain the only thing we support is this common name.
Okay, got it. That's yeah. The only problem is like we do CNs like where you can put in any field, and then there are other fields that are like strictly typed. So we want to verify if you're actually the user, or just dumping like random stuff in CN and then just getting verified. So, but yeah, this is really helpful. Thank you so much.
All good. All right, team. So there we are, about on the half-past mark. I've got to jump on another call. So thanks everyone for coming along. I hope to see you at the next fortnightly session, and have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks, team. See you
Thanks,
later.
likewise.
You as well. Thank you.